Those who have ruined Nigeria have never managed to envision a future, and they have never managed to look to a time beyond their own lifetime.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. We welcome you once again to our today's episode of this program. And today we get some messages and videos for our table. We want to say one quickly the review to you concerning the things when we say it they happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. Just as you rightly see one video from the introduction of this very broadcast, when it be say with the receiver from barrister Dele Farotimi and also a human rights activist. The recent video interview when it be say in grant to Sahara reporters. And before we go on, one first of all say a big kudos and credit to Sahara reporter for this very video. We use them for information purpose. Thank you so much, sir. And after that video, although we will leave you to watch the full interview and the message will be said this must sent across of recent to educate Nigerians and also the leaders when it be said they deal within their circle, they rotate themselves like toy. And after that one, we equally get other messages when we say we review to you step by step. I beg, just stay relaxed with us because we get much for you. And before we go on, not forget equally to help us like this video, because the more you like this video, the more YouTube they recommend them to people. Now their own policy now be that very one. Thank you so much for your support. First of all, before we bring you that video interview of barrister Dele Farotimi, we get this outcry for the residents of Ughelli, which is Ughelli local government area of Delta States. This message will be said they cry out for help to their own governor. And the title of this one thought say, Okuama Ewu help with the die for forests. Displaced residents beg Oboriwori, which is the governor of Delta States. All right, may we do small reading from inside this very one. May we for understand the reason behind this message, because now the residents want to be say they escape the community because of the invasion of Nigeria army for that community where they kill army personnel. All right, and as we put our hand there for answer this matter, the come make us understand say, make we remember say, the residents say they don't take refuge for forests for the past 39 days to escape the onslaught of the military. And this one now it bring about the killing of 17 military personnel for the community on March 14th. And still on top of the matter, the contour say they also they beg with the governor when he visit the Riverside settlement last Saturday to ask the army to withdraw from their own homeland to enable them to return home. And still on top of the matter, the comic us understand say why in say if they look around the place where in say they destroy remain from the community when say they call Okuama Ewu last weekend after over 30 days of the military invasion, the governor thought say he want assure the people of Okuama say no points for them to run away from their own community. He will make sure say he bring them back to their community. Now the only people when they involve for this killing of this military people, now in this present military men they look for. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, only this one we take from this very message when they receive from this resident of Okuama local government area for Ughelli Delta States, where they cry come outside to their own governor to rescue them. They don't tire to stay for inside forest because of the army. They destroy their communities because of their own people when they say the key. And according to what you hear now, see, since over 30 days, army day for these communities, they destroy everywhere they go. Tell me who no go run. Yes, we understand the ways of our military people. If they don't see opportunity to destroy, now to destroy them all. They not care to know who involved or who not involved. Now who they see, now either they who this one in Nigeria for you. All right, the governor, your attention, they don't call out to this very matter. And we don't equally read for this very news now, say you don't visit that place. I beg, give order to your military to restrain their own destruction from this very community of Okuama and allow the residents to return back to their own homes. We understand, say, before this killing of this military, something happened. We're not there in support to the key military people, but also try as much as possible to caution the military men to also they do things in a moderate manner. All right, now so talking concerning that matter, we'll leave you to share your own opinion with us in the comment section, even as we leave you to listen to this other video when we will receive from Barrister Dele Farotimi. The message when we say is sent to our own politicians, our leaders, because of their short-sightedness vision.
Those who have ruined Nigeria have never managed to envision a future, and they have never managed to look to a time beyond their own lifetime. It's essentially about the inability of those who have ruled Nigeria to understand the fact that there is a futuristic content to leadership, whose leaders or ruiners have been unable to imagine a future beyond the immediate. And because of their inability to envision a time beyond the immediate, they have kept the Nigerian people constrained and incapable of growing beyond where they are. We have had a man like Gowon rule Nigeria. Gowon ruled Nigeria during the Civil War and in the immediate aftermath of the Civil War. He was a young man. He got married whilst he was in office. But there was nothing futuristic about his rule. For a country that had insufficient educational structure or infrastructure, I should say, this man's most famous statement till date is that Nigeria does not have a problem with money. It is what to do with money that was our problem. This was a country that didn't have sufficient healthcare infrastructure, didn't have sufficient road infrastructure, had antediluvian rail system. But the man at the helm of our affairs said Nigeria's problem was how to spend money. After him came Muritala, and then Obasanjo succeeded him. After these ones came Shagari in the era when they were busy personalizing champagne. And then came Buhari, the ruinous one in his first reign. And all he could tell us was war against indiscipline. And then Babangida came, the gap-toothed one, with a structural adjustment program, a variant of which Jaguda has reintroduced today, where government more or less hands off everything and the provision of any infrastructure, where corruption was democratized even during the era of the military dictatorship. Abacha succeeded Babangida. The only thing futuristic about Abacha was his brutality and the repression of human rights. After Abacha came Abdul Salam, and then Obasanjo came a second time. And then you had Yaradua, and then there was Jonathan, and then Buhari happened to us again. But in the midst of all of this, the one thing that is common to each and every one of those who have ruined Nigeria is the painful inability to envision a future. They were all lacking in foresight. and they had no intellectual insight. They were consumed by the present. To be visionary, you have to be acquainted with the fact of your mortality. You have to understand the fact that you will die one day. There is nothing visionary that might be achieved in the lifetime of the visionary. You can only lay the groundwork for the achievement of vision. But those who have ruled us or ruined us have been consumed only essentially by what they might gain in the moment. They have never been particularly concerned about what the future might achieve or what might be delivered in the future. Their sole preoccupation is always about stealing, amassing wealth beyond their lifetime. They do not understand the fact that the richer they have become, the more impoverished we have all become as a collective. It is because of the inability to envision the future. Today, Dubai is miles ahead of the West, not just Nigeria. The story is often told of how Malaysia came to Nigeria to take palm seedling. The Malaysians who came to Nigeria to take palm seedlings to start their palm plantations are today exporting palm oil and vegetable oils to Nigeria. That is the work of vision, the capacity to see into the future. What is it about our country that is suggestive of visionary leadership? In the 2000s, we are building rail lines that had become obsolete since the 1960s. Everywhere else in the world, when they are envisioning rail lines, they are looking to build bullet trains that would deliver speed, reliability, and mass movement. The train to Ibadan will take you in 2 hours, 40 minutes. 2 hours, 40 minutes. Think about that. 160 minutes is what is required to take the Nigerian from one station in Lagos to the end line in Ibadan. That is the line that has rendered us as a debtor nation to China. What is revolutionary or visionary about that? We are building roads that are already obsolete before they finish building it. The most ambitious road project I have seen in a long time is the Lagos end, or rather the Ekpe end of the Lagos-Ekpe Expressway, where you are having concrete roads, 3 lanes on each side, no service lane. Already, that road is obsolete even before it started. They are building a coastal highway, 4 billion for each kilometer. Exactly how revolutionary or visionary is that ruinous road to grid? It is very easy for the West to point to North Korea as a failure. But because of the visionary leadership of Kim Jong-un and his father before him, that country could export power to us in Nigeria. They are a nuclear entity because of the visionary nature of that entity and the leadership. You can quarrel with his preoccupation, but you cannot fault the visionary nature of his leadership. The absence of vision only promotes the dissipation of our wealth. That is why in a country where people do not have potable water, those who call themselves leaders would sit down and buy luxury jeeps as official cars. That is why they will be telling you they are sinking boreholes at 198 million apiece. That is why they will be telling you that they are building highways at 4 billion per kilometer. They will dissipate and fritter away resources because there is no vision tied to their exertion.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say all of you don't listen to Barrister Dele Farotimi. And I equally the talk. Say anytime when we say this man come outside for any interview, you know say yes. Now word when be say you don't need to throw away. You agree with Barrister Dele Farotimi or you disagree with them, say our leaders, right from the beginning till now, no one want to be say they get vision for this nation or even the citizens. If you not agree, leave your comment for us for the comment section, even as we draw the line of this very broadcast here. We'll see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.